that is so awesome. Because yours is crazy. We have, oh, see, we got a whole second group, so I'm going to hold my talking. You guys are actually all your crazy and phenomenal faces and your bare feet. We are so honored to get to walk with you guys. And we've been honored since the first day we walked in Nashville. First time we did a walk was in 2007. And since then, we personally have crossed the mark of walking 300 miles or so. Yes, dirty feet. Zach actually instructed me to please look at my feet before the next walk after the last one. But you know, Hobbit feet are awesome, but you know, when you're taking photos of your feet. So it's so hard for us to grasp what it's like to wake up and be faced with the question of, will I eat? Will I drink water? Will I get an education? And you know, that's not actually your job necessarily. You weren't born with an obligation to know about somebody's situation halfway around the world. But for that matter, beyond taking care of your family, beyond taking care of, being a good citizen, no one has the job to say you have to do something more, right? But we were so struck when we visited communities in Africa, and it had been the first time we witnessed poverty, but what we saw was this realization that all of us have this growing ability to connect with one another. Why do we know each other? We all know one another. We don't know each other that well. But, we met through sharing media, through sharing messages, through connecting with friends. Look at how many phones, look at how many devices of people, your ability to share your thoughts, your feelings, your passions. And we saw a moment for ourselves where we could begin talking about sharing the power of each of us, our individual ability to make a difference on this huge, overwhelming idea of people living with extreme poverty, and especially young people living with HIV/AIDS in communities in Africa. Just a few days ago, I want to reference this because we were just talking about it and it's very relevant. We're talking with our partners in Toronto that help us build schools. So if you walk, anybody you're walking for education, anybody registered to walk for education? So if you're walking for education, you're helping us support a group called Free the Children that builds schools in core communities where they really don't have access to the basics of educating their kids, which helps that community become their own thriving group. It's going to change, they're going to change their own future, right? That school, that single school that you all helped build, the last one you helped build, through the walk. When I say you, I mean people that have organized the walk. Has anybody in this group ever organized their own walk? There's 1, 2, 3. I mean, you guys realize you are the rare ones. You are. But you set the example. We all feel like we do things in isolation, maybe no one notices. People notice, okay? You might not realize it now, but I promise you, when you wake up and you decide to go the next step, to do what you believe in, to follow your passion, others around you, even if they don't tell you today, they will tell you later. They'll say, you know what? The day you decided to stick with that thing, you really encouraged me to stick with my thing. The day you decided not to quit, the day you decided to take extra time, remember that. Right? Remember that this is not just, another day. It's not just another walk. It's not just there is no autopilot, right? You can't think about how I put things on autopilot. How do I find a safe way to get there? But detour, back to this school. You guys helped us build a school where families are sending their kids halfway across the country just to be in proximity to knowing someone that knows a kid that might be in that little school. Those kids walk 14 miles daily just to get to that school, most of them. And most of them to get to water. So, if you guys are sitting there, we're all sitting here, this beautiful day in New York City, wondering whether we should get Starbucks afterwards, or, kind of annoyed that our feet feel kind of gross, or, maybe we did actually sleep on the street, so I don't know if you guys feel bad if anybody did. But you have the power to change yourself and those around you, and that is just a simple fact. Now, what's amazing is since this Take the Walk campaign started, you all are among the leaders of your generation, and other changes have happened. Huge foundations, governments, nonprofits have come alongside this issue, what's happening with extreme poverty in the developing world, especially in Africa, and what's happening with HIV/AIDS among a lot of young women especially. And you have been a part of changing the statistics significantly. The amount of people that are now getting access to the medicine that is saving lives by the millions started with a few thousand that you helped pay for, that you helped give access to, and that is not a joke, that is a fact. And you should feel very proud of that if you've walked before. So make some noise for yourself and your walk. What happens in the future is up to you guys, right? And Take the Walk is going to continue this steady climb, this steady forward motion. And we talked about this each walk. This is really important. If nothing else happens from today, I would hope at least one person in this group would decide that they would choose to organize and host their own walk. Because each person that chooses to do that means there's, even if it's 1 or 2 or 10 or 20, that will then have the ability to tell the next and continue to grow this group that says we're a part of a generation that looks beyond ourselves and does it because we know what we have the ability to do, not because somebody told us to, because we know that our ability to impact people is only limited by our choice. And even if one person, do I have one person here that will choose to organize a walk? Is there anybody in this group that will choose to organize a walk? Don't raise your hand if you don't mean it. You're like, I thought about it. Nope. We have 1, we have 2, 3, 4. Do you realize how powerful that is? It's huge. That organizing of a walk, you can do this. You can talk about this. You can get people together. Clearly, it's not that hard. We're doing it. We cannot wait to see your names on takethewalk.net. Can't wait to see the pictures from your walk, and we are inspired by you. Make some noise for those that raise their hands. Everybody. Okay, so here's the other bonus, which is maybe it's not a bonus, but for those that register to organize walks this year, we also set up this deal where somebody's going to win the megaphone Zach is holding. As a way, just small way of saying thank you. It doesn't even work, clearly.
No, it's just fine, guys.
It's just that I was. Hey, well, it's a beautiful day. You guys want to finish this walk today? We'll have to figure out how to actually get out of the park. I think what we need to do is continue. Those that are there, you guys can take a left right back out the gate, and then we will follow you. We're going straight back down, right? You guys are ready to walk? Say, let's walk!
Let's walk!